What is going on? I'm Cole, and I'm joined here today with my co-host Blake. Blake, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. What's up with everybody in the house, in the chat,
Everyone in the
in the
house. Hey,
co-host box?
what's
And
what's
Cole.
yes, these are all things and words, and hello to the people out there today. We got Matt, aka Comics by the Bay. He says second. I'm
What up,
seeing
Matt?
first. I don't know what's going on. We got Las Cruces all the way from New Mexico, so maybe there's some comments we're missing. We got Trev, the shipping
Thanks, Trev.
guru. Uh, Blake, you beautiful bastard. Yeah, he's loosely Andy Reid right now. We got Steven Hayner. What's going on, Steven? How are you doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful day today. Um, I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of one of
I
those
mean,
days.
I was trying to tweet out our YouTube link simultaneously.
Yeah, dude, it's
I,
hard doing some of
I
this
can't. I
stuff.
can't. Is that what a Stream Deck does? You get like a Stream Deck, and you could like program a post or some shit. I thought I saw
I
like
don't
hit a
know.
button. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. Well, it kind of like does a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, you can have it do lights, camera, action, order you a pizza, whatever you want it to
I
do. I
like
think
pizza.
I do too. Pizza's pretty good.
And we've also got Ronan the Accuser. How's it going, Ronan? So today, the hashtag is going to be John. I do want to probably put a caveat here that this week's giveaway is coming to us from the beautiful people over at Mad Cave
Hell yeah.
Comics. So if you have not heard of Mad Cave Studios, I have the link down below to their Twitter, their Instagram, their Facebook, and this book, which leads you to their normal website. So if you want to go there, you can check out some books. You can read some of the books that they have going on. They have a ton of great books. And I recently became, this is some breaking news right here,
Oh.
a member of their street team.
Oh,
Because they're starting to
really?
do a street team thing. Yeah. So
Where you go
uh,
to like the shops
yeah, you
and
just go to
hype shit
shops,
up?
you kinda hype some stuff up, you kinda see what's going on, and, yeah, but because they're giving it away, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to keep this to US only,
Yep.
so, we'll
Sorry,
probably figure
everybody.
that out. But this book is coming out, um,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, but also the website's telling me maybe it comes out August 22nd, so I'm
Oh
very
shit.
confused here. So, who knows what's
I thought it
happening.
I thought it came out tomorrow.
I also thought it came out tomorrow, and we checked it, and I think previews told us that it came out tomorrow. But maybe this is if you pre-order it from Mad Cave. I don't know. I would take any bit different, but let's see. I've got the diamond code in front of me. The diamond code says it'll be in shops tomorrow.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing.
So I don't know. Maybe there's some. Maybe they changed that. Let's see what the lunar code says. Also, I don't even know how lunar works. Lunar has an in-store date of 8/2.
Hmm.
So maybe there's something weird and and
Maybe
maybe
they
that
released through
the
both.
22nd date is probably the bookstore date. So
Yep.
maybe Mad Cave releases it through Simon and Schuster.
Hmm.
But we're talking about a book, and apparently also I don't know, my Photoshop failed while I was doing while I was starting the stream, and then I kind of forgot that it failed, and then I kind of forgot what was happening. So maybe I'll quick create the picture here so we can talk about the book we're actually talking about. If you just show up here and you don't actually read the title, I'm not sure how many people do that. I assume at least one person probably did that, and it was probably Blake.
I didn't read?
That was a joke. You didn't read the
Oh.
title.
I
But
wasn't
yeah,
listening, so
I
I
mean,
guess that
technically, I
checks
don't
out.
think you probably read the title of the YouTube video. Well,
Of the
maybe. I guess
YouTube
you probably
video?
did. I don't know.
I don't
This is
is it
some.
different?
No, no, it's not. But that was a joke. I'm not very good at this, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We took a week off, and then we came back, and then that's
Yeah, who
what we're
knows what
doing.
can happen?
Yeah. Also, if you leave hashtag EcoBoost in the chat, and Ford sees this enough times, maybe something will happen. It probably never will, but a boy can dream about an eco boosted truck.
Yep.
And
With rolling
speaking
with the
of
windows down,
and speaking about
those back roads.
yes. Hey, and speaking about a boy can dream,
John
we're talking
Tiffany.
about John Tiffany today. This is a book from Mad Cave, as we already alluded to. This is from artist or author Stephen Desberg, artist Dan Panosian, letterer Lucas Gattoni. And yeah, this is also too. I'm trying to think. This is definitely one of the few books that we have read that is 100% mature. This is some
Hmm.
nudity in it,
Yeah.
and I started reading this in the doctor's office, And then I got to a page with boobs, and I was like, I'm in a doctor's office. I should probably stop reading this. So I stopped reading it at the doctor's
What
office.
kind of doctors do you go to? Judgmental bastards.
It was in the lobby, so it's just like, I don't know, maybe a kid's gonna come through, and I'm just gonna be sitting here looking at Magdalena's boobs, I think it was.
Or maybe the three-pointed tattoo on her back, or
Yeah,
her, yeah, she's very well drawn, that lady, in numerous scenes. She's an attractive woman, and
uh,
and full of mystery and
full of
intrigue.
mystery. We got Joffrey joining
What's
us.
up,
Hey, thank
Joffrey?
you for stopping through. We got Redo3. Hey, thank you for
Hey,
stopping through. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, sorry. So let's talk a little bit about this. Never trust a man with three first names.
that's me. Blake Thomas Morgan.
Good for you.
I don't know what my parents were
I mean,
thinking.
so it's funny because this is like he has a name with two first names, but does a female first name for a last name count as a man with three first names?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I guess technically there's only two here, but in that case, that is a question.
It is. Are we waiting for the chat?
Yeah, from what I can tell, Ford is pretty okay with shipping
Yeah,
those.
they just put that shit on a boat, get it right
Yeah.
over there, easy peasy.
So this is a straight to graphic novel, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah,
And it is about a bounty hunter, the world's best bounty hunter. His name
not
happens to be
fucking
John
around.
Tiffany. And also the bummer of this, I think I like bounty hunters more than maybe I like spies. But I thought we were going to be talking about a lot of random spy stuff when we
I
first
did
put
too.
this
I
up.
thought I saw some like James Bond comparisons
Yeah,
online, like, and even in like some reviews, and I was like, okay, it's like a spot, but then like I guess just neither of us read that carefully. But it's also, the suit and everything. It's just
the suit. Yeah.
It's James Bondian. Double O, not so much.
Well, and also I even was talking, and I don't know. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I heard like a similar line to that. Even I thought when people were talking about it.
What's even crazier is it's not just a story. It's not just a hitman story. It's not a spy story. It's not even necessarily a hitman story. It's a fucking love story, which was like took took me aback. Right, I didn't, like it's there's a lot of sentiment. Like it's not just like murder and tits and action. Like
There's
there's
some
like
love
a
here. Yeah.
undertone of a very intriguing love story in
Yeah,
this original graphic novel.
and maybe like even some more beyond what the main love story is, right? There's some other love stories here.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
some
we got
intricate
a wild
relationships.
buffalo in the book. We got a Sarah Palin lookalike.
Yeah, not Sarah Palin. What's her? That's Dorothy
Yeah.
Parker.
Well, she specifically even says in one point in time, I think, like, or I think says she even looks like Sarah Palin
Oh
or
yeah,
something like that.
it's a lot of Sarah Palin nods, and then and she's a big character too. Like she's
Probably the third biggest character,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
In this book, so it is kind of different because it is straight to graphic novel or just in that adaptation to where it isn't like when you read something normally you get the issues or whatever. This is going to be more of there's just parts, right? There's part one and then there's part two,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure it crushes it right down the middle. I'm pretty sure the part two spread came at like page 60 and
60
there were
something. Yeah.
122 pages,
And so
so it's just
it's about five, like a 5 issue trade.
yeah, I would guess. I mean, it's been about the same size as the last few books we read. Once again, we read the trade review. I'm not sure if there's extra stuff in here. There wasn't a ton of like really back matter, but because of that, I mean, this is something that came straight to graphic novel, so it doesn't have like there's probably not really going to be a cover gallery or stuff like that. But sometimes with stuff like this, you might get like a character design or something of that nature.
Or some pin, like this screams for pinups, even though like there's like I'm pretty sure like with every woman we meet in this graphic, well not every well yeah, basically every woman we meet we get like a either a splash panel or a large panel of like good pinup action for like every female character. That's like Dan can draw like the action scenes, the cars, the vehicles, the guns, like everything looks so good. Oh my god. And then yeah, there's these sexier moments and the character designs and stuff. It's a nice book to look at. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I would say one of the things that this book did a good job of that we kind of maybe criticized in the last book that we talked about, which, once again, wasn't a huge deal. It's just kind of a thing that we all kind of noticed. I think this book does a lot better. There's a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah.
And sometimes flashbacks can kind of get confusing, but I think this one did a better job of setting the tone with color
Mm-hmm.
so that it was easier to kind of tell with some of those stuff.
Which was good too, because like those moments happen quickly, right?
Yeah.
They're like even the flashbacks are pretty high paced and intense. And
yeah, there's like a point in time where he's trying to do this thing. Well, it's like going through this action thing, but then there's also like a bunch of flashbacks happening within it, and it's almost to the point where it's happening like same page with panels, so it's just kind of like flashing back and forth, and you're kind of like, what's going on? Real quick,
Yeah.
there was a few where I had to kind of switch back a few pages because sometimes when you're in that kind of like autopilot mode of reading or whatever, right, you kind of miss some of the actual things that are happening. But overall, yeah, I mean, I think we kind of explained this is a hit or a bounty hunter story. There's some love story, there's some action, there's some guns, there's some car chases, there's pretty much most things that you get in a well
Mm-hmm.
versed action movie.
Yeah. Hits
And
the
I would
notes.
say, yeah, I mean, definitely, I would probably put this if this were to be anything. While the love story is pretty big, I think action is probably where you'd maybe
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
this. So
Just
the
there's
action,
still it just was an element that I wasn't necessarily expecting, right?
yeah,
And just like him as a character, right? And I mean, even the preacher in this book's a scumbag, I think, borderline, right? Like
yeah.
he's this preacher who's obsessed with money and very loose morals. This guy, and I don't, it's just I was surprised that came out of him, right? And she's a prostitute, right? So not only he like spends all this money on prostitutes, and then this one specific one he ends up falling in love with, and these are like things, like guys that go to like strip clubs a lot, guys that participate in legal sex work and things, that they know the game, right? It's like you don't fall in love, this is a money transaction, this is a trade, and I'm a customer. And so it's like to like distance yourself, and he couldn't even do that. And
Well, and
he's
I
not
think
just
that
some
might be
schmuck
maybe some
showing
of
up to
his.
like a a club buffet in the afternoon for like all you can eat chicken wings and lap dances, he's wearing sweatpants. He's put together.
A handsome dude, yeah. I mean, like there's some very, I talk about the joking of Jack Reacher and how like
Yeah.
every woman wants him. And like it's even, like there's even a scene in this where he has a kid, right? And he goes to pick up his kid
Oh my god.
and he ends up hooking up with one of his kids, mom, like
Yeah, like a
moms in the
mom from the
school. And
PTA.
the mom of his ex-wife or ex-lover, ex-partner is like, you didn't sleep with her, did you? She just can't stop talking about you, where it's kind of like one of those where, I think that's a funny trope and I think it works really good. It's weird because I think this is kind of, while it doesn't necessarily like hit on humor with that, it hits like the humor of like this type of a character pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And we've got, I'm just going to say hello to some more people in the chat. We got Andrew Kai.
What's
Hey,
up?
Andrew, how's it going? And better than Dog the Bounty Hunter? I think not. I don't know. I mean, this guy might be handsomer
Yeah.
than Dog the Bounty Hunter. We also got Taylor, who was on our show last week. So
What's up,
as I kind
Taylor?
of mentioned that, hey, thank you for stopping by. And hey, hope you're having a great day. We got Bobby. Bobby, how's it going?
What's up, Bobby?
We got, where'd you get that? How's it going? Where'd you get that? We got 3 good nerds. How are you doing?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. So
We got
kind. What's
Tom
up, Tom?
Levine. Howdy. Sorry, I'm slacking through this, and for some reason, apparently my chats are lagging a little bit. So yeah,
What? StreamYard never has problems.
yeah. It might be my computer too. I had definitely had some issues with
Should've got a
Photoshop
desktop.
before I got it. I should have probably rebooted my computer at some point today, but I did not because that is then the kind of situation that I've been in today.
It hasn't been a computer restart kind of day. It's been
it's just been
cruising. You didn't get your oatmeal.
Dude,
It threw your whole shit off.
Don't get me started. Well, so it was one of those days too where it was like, so I went to play around a disc golf. and it was just super wet, like way, way wet.
Mm.
Like, and I had one towel, and this was like I probably needed 3 towels to rinse this around
it's,
because my disc
a
just kept
three
getting
towel wet, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
it was. I mean, the course that I go to is always pretty wet. It gets covered in dew in the morning. And if you have wet discs, they just slip out of your hands. You don't get
Mm.
some, you don't get what you need. You don't get that power. So that happened. It ended up taking me longer to play the round than I intended. I get home a little bit later. I get in the shower. I'm running late, so I didn't get my normal breakfast, but I'm like, I got oatmeal in my desk. Well, they're redoing the carpet, and apparently they got to my office. So not only did I not get to sit in my office today, I had to sit in this random area, not at my desk, and I also didn't get my oatmeal. So then
Fuck.
this I didn't even tell Blake this, but let's listen to this. This is where the day gets even worse, right? So I'm like, you know what? I've got a I had a vendor lunch at like 10:30. They were gonna take me out to lunch or 11:30. And I look at my watch and it's 9:30 and I am just starving. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go up to the vending machine. I'm gonna get something. Get up there and I see they have Reese's Take Fives. Are you familiar with a Take Five?
Yeah, yeah.
So I look at this Take Five and I'm like, hey, that seems like like this is the most okayest thing that I'm gonna eat out of here that could be for breakfast. Like there was one of those really hard granola bars, but I was like, I'm not paying $1.50 for this. I'm just gonna be upset. So I put the money in. Well, first I realized that I left my wallet in my car because I went to play disc golf. So I wear shorts like sport shorts or like
Yeah.
joggers when I do that. So I
Mhm.
usually just leave my wallet in the car. So I get up there and I'm like, oh well, it has the tap to function. So I open up Google Pay, try to do it, doesn't work. Like fuck. Walk down, get outside, and I realize, oh, I don't have my keys. I left those on my desk. So then I have to like go back inside, get my keys, get to the car, get my wallet, get back upstairs. By the time I get upstairs, I see that Take Five. I swipe my card, and it didn't read it at first. And I was like, is this fucking machine broken? And then I just swipe it again, and it works. And I'm just like, okay, fine, this is great. And then I get it. I do it. It falls. It's on the very left. There's this bar there. It falls on the bar. So it's just stuck. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to start rocking it. And the way that I rock it, it's rocking it to the left side. Little did I know that that bar to the left of that bar is the unknown zone. So that it just falls in there and it's not down there. I ended up having to like bang the thing and it falls into the zone, but it's not in the actual tray where you can grab. So I'm
Oh
just like,
no.
what the fuck? So then I have to fill out the form, like this didn't give me it, and then it was like, what else? And they would like peanut M&Ms that were in the middle, and I was like, or peanut butter. So I got peanut butter M&Ms. I was like, maybe this will tide me over, and it didn't. That
Yeah,
was just
those are good. That's it's hard to just eat one bag of those. You got to get like the $10 family size bag to have around the peanut butter M&Ms. Just in case if anybody ever wants to if you really want to party, get yourself a family size bag of peanut
yeah.
M&Ms. Put on a nice little movie, lean back, just boom.
So I would say the hard thing about this is that the discs themselves would still be wet, and the glove would probably be slippy.
Mm.
All right, here's a random one. The website lists the writer is authors. Is that typical? I think that's the first time I've seen authors use. I'm guessing that you're talking about Mad Cave's website because
Yeah,
I'm looking directly at it. Let me check something. This is something that I want to see here. And give me a second while I do this because I'm apparently slow at what I'm doing.
I mean, isn't it?
Interesting thing.
It's about the same
I
thing.
went to there's a new book coming out called Exorcist Never Die. This is
Yeah,
another book from Mad Cave. It's got
Steve
Steve
Orlando.
Orlando, and he is not the author of this. He is the writer.
So maybe
So
there's an
that is a
ownership
single issue.
element to it
I'm going to look at that Monomyth, which is a David Hazan book, and it says author.
because
So
that's his property. Okay,
I'm
there's an
wondering
ownership deal.
that might be a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
interesting.
Maybe it's an ownership thing.
So
But
they're
let's look
not
at Hunt.
author and writer's not the
Well,
same.
I mean, Mark London is like the head honcho there, and he is considered a writer for Hunt, Kill, Repeat. And
That's
but
interesting.
maybe he doesn't own that property. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't
So,
know.
so these are weird things. This is a question that I cannot give you the answer to, but there are some points where they they talk about them as writers and sometimes as authors. And maybe it's just a preference thing.
Hmm.
What do you call yourself, right?
God.
Yeah, this is my version of falling down. It was not great. Author is used on indie sometimes, and I've seen. Yeah, so I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'm just looking at the actual Mad Cave website itself, so it's like, who knows? And yeah, and that's what I was guessing. I guess you got to this, and I didn't even get to this comic, but that's what I was going. And
Hmm.
also, yeah, I've seen when a story is adapted to a comic from a book, so trade may be. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. We're really confused. We got some wet discs, and also there
That's
were
not
some
gonna win you anything though.
prostitutes and wet discs. That's a
Only hashtag
conversation to have.
John and
So hey, cheers.
maybe hashtag EcoBoost. Maybe the
And if you
chances are
put
slim.
hashtag weenioli in the comment, maybe maybe we'll get Oscar Mayer to sponsor this show.
No, we need better hot dogs for weenie. You went.
Get out of here, dude. If Oscar Mayer, you're telling me that if Oscar
Yeah,
Mayer is like,
if
I
Oscar
want
Mayer
this
was
to be
like,
the
we
Oscar
want to
Mayer
sponsor your
weenioli
podcast,
Blake and
I'd be
Cole
like,
read a book podcast.
tell him to fuck off, Cole. I
All right, first
want
and foremost,
Johnsonville.
I'm
I
just
want.
saying, Oscar Mayer, if you're out here and you're listening and you
We.
hear
I would.
this
I'm
and
kidding.
you
We would
want to
love.
sponsor us, but
We
you
would
want
love
me to
it.
get rid of Blake, I can replace him, but I just need you guys to get me Andy Reid.
Oh
Feel like
man,
I feel like yeah, Andy Reid's like, oh, Johnsonville or Oscar Mayer, I get hot dogs every day. Sure, I'm in.
he's more of a cheeseburger guy, supposedly.
Yeah, yeah, but if you're a cheeseburger guy, you probably respect a hot dog.
That's yeah. If you're a cheeseburger guy, you respect the dog.
Yeah. Also, like this is such a weird thing, dude. Apparently, dude, people loving the all beef.
That's how you do it, baby. Even bologna, you get all beef bologna these days too. It's a
What's
little.
going on, Chaos and Comics? We
What
got
up,
23
dude?
Manch up in the house too. Hey, thank you all for hanging out with us. We're talking about once again. Well, we are in and out of talking about the book John Tiffany. Once again, though, big shout out to Mad Cave Studios.
Big
They are
shout
actually
out.
sponsoring this giveaway. So once again, yeah, if you guys put that hashtag John down there, we'll be doing that. Yeah, we're doing a book. It's
We're
called
doing it.
John Tiffany. It's from Mad Cave Studios. This is straight to graphic novel. There's an official trailer. Also, Mad Cave has a YouTube. I linked it down in here. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to follow them on YouTube, I'm sure that they'll have a ton of trailers on there. I know for a while during COVID, I think they used to do like an update thing. Maybe I'm getting them confused with somebody else at this point, but
No,
who knows?
they would do like live streams. Yeah, so they I don't know that they do them anymore, but yeah, they would have because I remember like David is on talking about how it was sucked because he'd have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and like do a live stream for their like online convention, and he's like,
What's up?
Nottingham's great.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
so
no.
tired.
Yeah, I remember they had a huge thing for because they did like Mad Cave Con or something, and that's when they started talking about like the Maverick books.
Hmm.
I think.
I know they got a huge like marketing campaign on like Facebook. Like I'm always seeing like their trailers and ads are always on Facebook, and their ads are nice. Like you said, like the videos and stuff they put on their YouTube channel, like their little short videos, like animated stuff to showcase their comics. Man, they got who's ever doing those knows what they're doing. Like I'm jealous.
And for people too out there who have children and are like Comic by the Bay, you're one of those. There's something kind of cool that I actually learned about Mad Cave yesterday. They also have an off brand, and by off brand, a sub brand, I guess, called Paper Cuts with a Z.
Oh
I just
yeah.
dropped a link to the graphic novels. I didn't realize they have like some properties there, like they have Smurfs, and they have some other stuff. So this is some books that I'm definitely going to probably maybe. Oh my gosh, they have one called Fuzzy Baseball, and it's got a bear playing baseball. And I'm probably gonna get this for my son, and he's probably too young to read this book. But hey, who knows? This is the world we live in.
There you go.
So that is some fun stuff too that is unrelated to this comic book. And also this comic book is very mature. It
Yeah,
is
this
boobs
is
in it.
not
This
fuzzy
is not for
baseball
kids.
father son time,
Yeah.
but it's still badass.
Oh, and we got GR cards. I think I
What
said
up?
hello. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. It's been a weird day. Smurfs. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I was pretty which is weird. I don't actually see it here, but if you're at the front page, it has the little, what's the girl Smurf? What's her name?
Smurfette.
Smurfette. It has Smurfette on the page, but if you go to series, I didn't see Smurfs there. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't know how to read.
Maybe it's not called Smurfs. I don't know. Maybe. What is it? You said paper.
Oh, the Smurfs. Okay, I see it now
Oh.
when I look in the store section. So they have a ton of Smurf books, it looks like.
Smurfed out.
Smurfing. You got to be smurfing me. I don't know. What do the Smurfs say?
I have no idea. It's been a long time. I remember the creepy old dude in like the wizard cloak.
Gargamel.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm on the fence about this Blake guy. Yeah, I mean he doesn't like Oscar Mayer.
Okay, I do like Oscar Mayer. There's better hot dogs. Oscar Mayer has a cheese dog that is decent.
Okay.
Decent.
We're talking. We can talk about this. I like cheese dog.
Now they also have Angus beef dogs, but I've never tried them because they're like $10, and I'm like, I don't know if I can spend $10 on Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Smurfing ain't easy, baby.
Smurfing ain't easy.
It's Smurfing time for you to try those hot dogs, Blake.
Let's go. No cheese dogs. What? Cheese?
You don't eat them?
Maybe like the hot dog purists. You're only allowed like sauerkraut, pickles, and.
Is that real? Did he like actually want to eat them? Also, is sauerkraut even a thing that you put on? Isn't sauerkraut more of like a brat?
You can't, yeah, but you can put them on hot dogs.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. There's at New York, they have sauerkraut in their carts.
Dude, New York's are weird.
Smurf on Smurf violence.
What is that even a thing? I don't know. That's the worst one yet. But
I don't know about this chaos guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I don't know what that was, but that was a thing that I just did. And thank you for still being here after this. So I was trying to get hashtag only beef. Yeah, you use a hashtag only beef. And if we get 17,000 people doing that, Blake will buy whatever hot dogs he said he didn't want to spend $10 on.
Yep.
He won't cook them and he'll eat them all.
Eat them cold?
What's the next thing after we need?
We've still been discussing this.
Yeah,
it is a topic, and you know, I found a corn dog pizza.
Yeah, that one just seems like you're putting two things on top of each other.
Something like ravioli and hot dogs.
Get out of here. I'm not the Gargamel. You're the Gargamel. I may be Gargamel's cat.
Oh, wow.
If anything, maybe I'm. Does Papa Smurf have a mustache?
He's got a full beard, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, so I can't be him.
Like
There's
a big
Smurf
one
with a mustache.
There should be. They'd be white, though. They don't have like bright white mustaches.
Here's a random picture of a Smurf with a mustache, I guess. That doesn't mean that it's real. Oh.
What isn't real?
I don't know. I'm on this weird Smurf website.
Oh, shit.
It was just a Smurf with a mustache, but it was like a wiki page. Like a Smurf wiki. You know how they have wikis for everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, her name's Smurfette. We already discussed this part.
Yeah, I'm not the girl Smurf. I'm not a Smurf.
I don't know what we're talking about. How do we get to Azrael? Is that the name of the cat? Is that Gargamel's cat?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, man. He's named after the Batman?
Well, Batman, he's named after some religious thing, an angel. Like an archangel, I think. I think he might be in Diablo too.
Is the name of the cat. Wow. 10 points to Tom today.
Wow. Tom's on it.
Tom, you get 10 points. We're off the rails. This is nice. Yeah.
Well, you thought because a publisher was sponsoring us, we were going to talk about the book? Come on.
I would say we talked about that book for at least like 15 minutes.
Yeah, there was some talk. There was some talking. There was, the love story, the action, the art being great. The kind of, it's a kind of a cool whodunit. This guy's only got like 4 close people in his life,
Four
and
close
basically,
friends.
yeah,
One of them turned on him.
one's a
Which
prick.
one did it?
Find out on Sunday, 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 Sunday.
This
But you
Wednesday
actually
in a
find out
comic book
tomorrow on
shop
Wednesday,
near
Wednesday,
you.
Wednesday.
Also, too, for those of you who haven't checked out Mad Cave, one thing that's kind of cool about them, unrelated, is that if you go to their website, there is a spot there. It's called Freebies. You can read a
Yeah.
ton of first issues for free. I highly recommend some titles like Villainous. We got one of Blake's personal favorites, Stargazer. We got
Mhm.
Show's End, which is also great. There's a book called Savage Bastards. We got Over the Rope, which for all of you people that were fans of Daniel Warren Johnson's To a Power Bomb, I think this one has some similar vibes to that. You got Nottingham. Everyone should have heard of that. You
Yeah.
got Dryfoot. There is a ton of
That's
books
Jericho
out
Hahn's
there.
book, right?
Yeah.
Right, that one's
And
good too.
oh, here. Speaking of Dryfoot, just a hand away. Here's my signed copy of it,
No, nice.
and this is the exact issue that you can get for free on that website. So if you like reading digital comics, you can go check those out. All the first issues are there. Yeah, you sure about that? Yeah, that's actually what I was kind of going to make when I did that weird face that I apologized to people. Also, welcome, Marcus. How's it going, circumstances? He's also out there. Just kidding. You're not in Kansas. He is. So
Yeah,
can
I'm
we
in
replace
Missouri.
Cole with Tom? Dude, why can't we just
He's mad at both of
is
us
it
today,
good
apparently. Is
when your spaghetti is a little crunchy?
that a euphemism?
I don't know. I think some people like it al dente, right? And that's a little
Al
crunchy
dente
texture.
is a little got some chew to it, not a crunch. I don't know about crunchy spaghetti, man. Unless it's like bread, unless you're doing like a spaghetti casserole with the toasted breadcrumb top. I mean, I could fuck with that. But like
Yeah. We got
just crunchy
Conspiracy.
noodles.
We got the immortal Biggie Shack. What's going on?
What a biggie.
Shack? We got Gilliam Barnaby. How's it going? Can we replace chaos and comics with comics and chaos?
Who knows? I think it's chaos and chaos.
There's another. So there's chaos in comics, obviously, which is Chris, the weird guy from Las Vegas, who I've drank some beers with a few times. But there's also another show of comic book creators called Comics and Chaos. And one of the people happens to live in the same city as me that is on that show. And we were going to meet once to talk about comics. And then we stopped talking about comics together on Instagram. So that's probably my fault. Maybe not. I don't know.
those regrets that sneak up on us.
They're the regrets. I would guess maybe when the local Comic-Con happens again, maybe I'll be like, hey, dude, you going to this? Maybe we should hang out. I'll take a picture with you. And I can tell everyone that we're best friends on Instagram.
Yeah. That's a plan.
That is exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh, is it? So wait, the show's called One True Nerd King?
No, so there's a guy on Instagram. His handle is One True Nerd King.
And his name is Phil.
His name is Phil. There's also a guy named Rage Theo, and they do this show together.
Oh yeah, Rage does the giveaways all the time.
Yeah.
And he had that fake account that
Yeah.
sometimes messages you when you sign up for the
Yeah, and it's like, hey, dude, you into this?
And I'm like, no.
No. But you want to know what we are into?
Comics.
Yeah.
And what we're into this week is John Tiffany.
He's a bounty hunter. We already said this. Also, once again, some new people came in. We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but using that hashtag, John, we will have a trade of John Tiffany that we will end up sending to you. And this is coming directly from Mad Cave himself. So big shout out to Mad Cave. If you guys see in my notes, you can add them on all social media platforms.
Me too.
I'm into women taller than me.
I mean, it's just intriguing. Like, it's like, you know.
How tall are you? I would like to know, I guess.
I'm like 5'10".
So I'm like 5'10" and 3/4. But I wonder how tall Marcus is. Because I mean, I feel like depending on how tall you are, it could be hard.
Yeah, it gets tricky sometimes. Love is hard, especially when she's a
5'1".
She's a what is she? She's a woman of the night with a exotic presence and a mysterious past. Fallen in love with a bounty hunter. Taking the comic book world by storm. Talking about John Tiffany, by the way.
Yeah, John Tiffany.
He's 6 foot. None of that 5'11" shit.
Six. Yeah, yeah. Must be nice to be 6 feet tall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it
How's
like up
how's
there?
yeah? What's it like? I bet it's kind of like being the world's best bounty hunter, but maybe not as good because the world's best bounty hunter occasionally gets a price on his head,
Yeah, several times
and people want to
at
come.
increasing rates.
Increasing rates, $2 million, I think is one of the
The
ends,
final, I think the final one's 2 mil. Yeah,
which is a lot of money.
yeah, just to put a bullet in somebody. I mean, I'd.
Well, technically, I don't know if he was wanted if it was dead or alive or just alive.
Oh yeah, I didn't really say that. So we do know from the narrative that they typically get money, more money, um, when they're alive. If Cole pays, hmm.
That's
Well,
fine. Death,
you
death by
you can
snoo.
get your $11.
We have Tom. We got the review copy of this. It is
Yes.
on Mad Cave's review. We did end up reading the whole book. We usually don't like to get into spoilers because obviously this book doesn't come out until tomorrow. So we did read it digitally. We did not read it physically, which sometimes alters what you the reader will get if you end up winning this comic. We also got Brian. What's going on,
So
Brian?
Brian,
How is it going? Hopefully you're having a wonderful night out
I
there.
they did I did get a press pack from them though that came with like a single issue preview version of it, like
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
20 to 30 pages or so. Yeah, they get like every new series they do, they send out to press. You get like a tube, like a poster tube in the mail, and it's got like a poster, some bonus goodies, maybe like a patch, some stickers, a bookmark, um, and then a advanced reader copy of the first issue.
I know one of the shops in our city had a Mad Cave preview copy for sale on their shelf, and
Really?
because I sent a picture of the shop. It was around the time that maybe Coins of Judas came out.
Is this why you're working for Mad Cave now? You're going to be like an undercover Mad Cave spy? Like
I don't think that that's what they care about. I think they just want you to go there and be like,
they're like,
"Here's
you
some."
find them, Cole. You find who's
No, it's just
selling our
like
free
I
reader
mean the mainly
copies.
thing that they're like trying to promote is here's some of our books.
Yeah.
Read them. Hopefully you like them. Also, we have variants. Some people don't know that. Also, the interesting thing about their variants is that stores, none of them are ratio exclusive. You can just get whatever you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which, yeah, it's pretty complete. Yeah, and is it complete? It is complete. This is a full volume. It is listed on Mad Cave's website as volume number 1. This book could technically end the way that it ends.
Yeah, but
It could keep going.
there's some things that you're like, ooh, I hope they chase after that. And you know what a great way to make Mad Cave want to chase after that is to, for those of you, only one lucky person will win a copy, but I think this book is worth paying for. It's very cool, and so like, if you buy it and read it and like it, if a lot of people do that, the likelihood of a volume 2 existing one of these days would be nice, and I would like to do that because that's carrying one of the threads that I was very interested in the story, and so yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a
and this
cool experience that wraps up nicely, but could easily keep going for a little bit longer.
and it is 19.99 is the price of this. I'm guessing it's in local comic shops tomorrow. It looks like on Amazon, on Barnes and Noble, and Simon and Schuster. They have it pegged for the 22nd of August, so a little bit later.
Hmm.
But I think it's usually like 1 week anyway. And yeah, I think with Lunar it comes out the following week. Hey, be safe out there, bud.
Yeah, don't stay away from like
Yeah.
nails and hammers and crosses.
And
That
what's
might
going
help.
on? We got Entropy and Comics. How's it going, Kevin? We got Emushka. Hello.
Imuska,
How's it going? Hopefully you're having a wonderful night tonight. And yeah, so I
what
don't know.
happened in the chat?
I don't know. So this is what happened. Mark said Jesus Chris, and then Chris says, I like it when you call me Jesus Chris. And then he went on a rant about how he thinks he's Jesus, and that's the thing that happened. So what is Shimer? Whoa. So I think if you go to Mad Cave, I had that link to the book. They just kind of have some of the places that sell the book. So I
Yeah.
think this book is going to be released on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Simon and Schuster for bookstores. So
Yeah, because like Scout puts a lot of their trades out through. the SNS
Simon and
too.
Schuster.
So
Yeah, and I think a few other companies will do that too. I think AWA does, and a lot. I think it's just kind of like the direct graphic novel kind of market
mhm.
goes there, and they do pretty good. So you guys are stuck with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I think in the general distribution question, I'm not entirely sure, but I know that Simon and Schuster does do a lot with comic books, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of them have links to them. So,
Sorry.
and then again,
I love how like when I'm by myself, it's so hard to read the chat. Like I really struggle with it on my own show and like during an interview and like finding a spot where I quit talking and the guest quits talk like organically to squeeze in some hellos and thanks for and it's so hard and on here I'm just like I like this chat's so much busier than mine is and I get like caught up in it anyway.
yep, yeah. Oh, I did a thumbs up, but it's covered here. So yeah, Mad Cave is the publisher for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, not SNS. They just get those books out.
They just get those sweet trades.
They
So
yeah, and
once again,
they have like they have other just like Diamond sends to comic shops, like SNS sends to like big bookstore chains and stuff, right? Like, isn't that kind of what they do? Like,
yeah, and like we said, Mad Cave has a ton of great books, and they were nice enough to help sponsor the giveaway for this. So once again, if you put hashtag John, you have a chance to win this. They will be sending that to you. I would bet that it maybe even might come with maybe an extra like book goodie or something. Maybe you're gonna
who
get some
knows?
bookmarks. Maybe you're
Who
gonna get
knows?
some stickers. Who knows? We don't know.
We don't
That's
know.
why I just said maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But like you said, if you are interested in some of their books too, I have a link to their website. You can check out under freebies. You can get digitals for all their first ones. So
Yeah, and like like Cole said, like I'm forever in love with Stargazer. One of my favorite comics ever. Not just my favorite Mad Cave series. One of my favorite. Just a great alien invasion comic with stellar art and I really the author's very good
yeah.
people. I
Yeah,
can't
Anthony Cleveland's an awesome
yeah,
dude.
Anthony.
Oh, and another book that I heard if you're a tabletop player, they have a book called like The Last Session, and it's essentially about a
Hmm.
friend group who decides to play one last session of D&D. Also, they did what's that Zach Thompson book they had? It doesn't look like the free issues here, but you might be able to find it. That one was pretty good. Nature's
Oh,
something.
Nature's Labyrinth, yeah.
Nature's Labyrinth. They also just released a book from Cullen Bunn called what was that book called?
Legacy of
A
Violence.
Legacy of Violence. I
You
read
just
the
read
first
that, did you? Just
volume of
read
that.
volume
That
one,
was
did you?
sick. That is a sweet book.
Yeah, when
It,
when I interviewed him last Halloween for the Halloween special, uh only two like I got to read the second issue early, I think. And like because the series had just dropped and then like and I remember Cullen being like, dude, Blake, if you like that second issue, man, you don't even know what's coming. And I was like, oh my god, and I still need to read it. Like I still
yeah, it was
haven't
one
read.
of those where I read the first issue and I was like, I love this book. And then I just got lost in the sauce. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's the hard thing when you read these digital trade review copies of stuff or digital review copies. Sometimes I kind of forget about them. Mad Cave does it a little bit different than some people, which I
with
think
the
is
hub.
optionally better, but it's not like there's no weekly reminder that's like, hey, new stuff was added here. Hey, new stuff was added here. So, I'm fairly forgetful. So
Yeah,
sometimes I just
we need to talk about that. There we could get you on that probably.
oh
Yeah, there's like a newsletter deal and
no.
I got access to the hub and then like they found out about me and they're like, Blake, you're like you can get our on the hub, but you're not on our like newsletter and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And he was like, oh yeah, give me your email and your address and da, da, da. And like yeah, they send out a deal that kind of reminds you like when to check. It's nice.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
that
need to
might be
talk about
nice
that.
for me. But yeah, I mean, and it'll definitely be more helpful with this because they do have a lot of great trades. Yeah, they're worth checking out.
Yeah, they are very like catering to media and press and comics journalists and stuff. Even approaching them about this, like they were super stoked to like do it and stoked we were covering their book. And they just if you're press, they make it very easy to like review their comics. And they get that the review PDFs are nice quality. Like they don't like lower the bit rate on them as much as others. And like very organized website for press to get stuff, and yes, they're doing a lot of things right. And like I said, their marketing campaign for Facebook is like, it's I always see them, and it's like, and like their ads look cool and their little videos are cool, and so they don't get aggravating like typical ads. I was like, man, this is fucking genius. Like, I wish I could think like that. They have a pretty good marketing team, which makes sense because they got pretty damn good comics. So good team all around. Their president's a real good guy too. That
Yeah.
Mark guy.
Awesome stuff. And yeah, speaking of grilling in the rain, my work, we're doing a cookout on Thursday and it's supposed to rain. So that might get postponed. I am on weenie duty.
Oh,
It's like, hey, we trust you enough to grill, but you get the worst of the things to grill.
what hot
They're the
dog? Do
easy.
you have to bring the hot dogs, or the dogs supplied, or
They're supplied. They get
well, you're probably
whatever.
not getting Oscar Mayer?
They get whatever. I think they get I don't know. They get whatever the big things you'd get at Costco or Sam's Club.
Oh, so if they get like those good beef hot dogs, those giant.
Well, they're getting, I don't know, maybe they might get Johnsonville. I don't remember.
No,
They
like
so,
the Maker's Mark brand and the Costco brand both have
yeah.
like, they sell the hot dogs that they sell at their concession stand.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, we're probably getting those.
Those are all, and those are some all beef girthy bad mammer jammers. Like,
yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
We're getting we get burgers and I think there's fish.
Interesting.
For the people that don't eat meat.
No, I know. It's usually like, burgers, dogs, and fish.
So we got veggie burgers last year
and
they had mixed reviews.
Yeah, that's just because they're weird.
They always just do fish. I know that the old like head of our department only ate seafood. So that was mainly the reason. So who knows? He's not here anymore. Maybe we won't have fish, but a lot of people seem to like that fish.
I mean, fish is good. It's just, like I said, it's just weird for like burgers, hot dogs, and fish.
All beef, Berthy, Mama Jammas is a good band. It has to be a jam name. Cole hates beef. I don't hate beef. I just think the hard thing is I don't think my daughter likes the beef hot dog. She just likes those normal ass hot dogs, plain sometimes, not even with a bun. Occasionally she'll dip them in mustard.
Wow.
Maybe with a pickle. My son's been getting in. Dude, my son, we had tacos today. It was Tuesday. We had taco. My son was eating a taco like a weird little dude, but he was loving it. Just like double-handed it like this. That's probably something that somebody could take and use weirdly. Please don't do that. But yeah, dude, it was just a weird way to see a person. It's really funny when you see kids eat food for the first time. Like we gave my daughter corn on the cob, and then the first time watching a kid eat corn on, like didn't explain to her how to eat it. Just what happened. Like it wasn't that weird.
Solve this puzzle, you little weirdo.
Instead of like, you eat it side to side, I think she was going up and down instead, maybe. Which it's not that.
I never noticed it, but we had corn on the cob like a few family dinners ago, and my about to be brother-in-law, he's like looking at my sister, and like I'm and he's like, have you always eaten corn on the cob like that? And I was like, I'm looking at my sister, I'm like, what's she doing? And he was like, she's not eating in a line. She like takes a bite and then moves it, takes a bite and moves it. And she was like, never bit into the same. I don't know, man. It was fucking weird. I was like,
so she's going around.
Yeah, she's just traveling
bouncing
around the cob.
Oh,
yeah.
Weird. Yeah. I think I do the
I typewriter that shit.
I think I circle it and then I go to the next area and circle it.
Oh.
Go to the next area, circle it.
I do. Yeah, I just do the like.
But I might do that too.
Man.
I probably do a little bit of both. So maybe I'm like,
ding.
And now you got your written by type-lettered Matthew Kent story.
It's cone.
A big love now. It's got the juice. Hopefully we don't get a trademark
YouTube takes it down.
We got the matter spec. What's going on? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day today.
16 entries. Anybody 16 else
in this. Quick. Make sure if you haven't entered already, make sure to put hashtag John. You could win this book. It is about a bounty hunter. His name's John. Last name Tiffany. 2 first names.
We don't know what his middle name is.
We don't.
Man of mystery.
Man of mystery.
He's really not that mysterious. Yeah. Well,
you're already married, dude.
A lot. The best thing dreams can do is die. Sometimes they just drag you along and just kidding. chase your dreams to the
Yeah, you know,
stars.
don't let us tell you what not to do. So, Blake, for those of you who are new, I know we've got some kind of newer people here. We normally like to do the 5 point scale. I revealed after 20 issues, I revealed to Blake the reason why I like the 5 point scale is that we could have the combined 10 point scale. Maybe we'll use that. Maybe we never will. Who knows? We come up with ideas. We don't always follow through on them, but Blake, I went first last time, I think. I don't know. Who knows?
Out of 5, I'm gonna say 4.14.
I'm probably gonna give this a 4.11. We got the 411.
Ooh.
Uh, I like this book. It was pretty good. It's definitely different. This is definitely something of all of the books that we've read 21 of them, and that's technically not true. We've technically read 23 of them because one episode we read 3 first issues.
Yeah, that's right.
This is like the only one I think that's kind of I mean, I guess we've read some more like more action type or stories, but this is just pretty much cut and dry action. Mostly just, it's about a guy who's a bounty hunter. There's some love story in here, which
There's some really cool characters, which
yeah,
like I think helps a lot. Like I said, his these 4 people that he's very close to, and as we get to know them and like wonder like who screwed over who, and you know, I really enjoyed that mechanic of it, and just the like I could ride with these characters all day, and wanted to know more about all of them. You know, just like you know, even one of there's what is it, Juan's relationship drama. You know, I was like I don't hate reading about this. Like this is so this dude, he's like he's you know, part of this bounty hunter program, and he works with this, he's like his guy in a chair, right? And he's like, you know, has this a more exciting life than I do, right? Like he does a lot of office stuff, but he's like working on exciting things about like people that life or death matters and shit, right? And they talk a lot, and he's basically like converting to Judaism to get married to this girl he fell in love with, and he's like always talking about it, and it's never going exactly the way it wants, and the whole time you're just like waiting for it. You're like, this shit is gonna blow up, you know? And then when it does, it's very pleasant, and like, you know, it's just I just want to know more about all these people. Not Sarah Palin, even like
yeah,
you know, Dorothy, like she was awesome. What she sacrifices in this novel is pretty intense. What she does for John is very much like she's
yeah,
fucking ride or die. Like she's, you know, she's like shitty politically, but
yeah.
like kind of awesome. Like
Yeah,
she
she is.
makes you
She's
feel
a
dirty
compelling
liking her.
character, right? Because yeah, she might not like have the same political views as me, and maybe as you, and maybe is a little bit weird. But like at the end of the day, she's a good person to have in your team, and I think that's
Yeah.
kind of the thing that he always said. That's kind of why he picked all of these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, we got Roscoe joining us. So
What's
hey,
up,
Roscoe,
Roscoe?
how's it going? And I guess maybe never mind. Also, yeah, he was talking about that we got some mustaches here, and apparently, yeah, mustache rides is apparently that's not there. I clicked the wrong topic, but hey, there might even be one of those in this book. This book too. One thing I will say as a caveat is this is a mature book. This does have some nudity in it,
Mm-hmm.
and some people might not like that, and some
But I
people
thought it
do.
was I thought it was tastefully done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of weird when you're in a doctor's office and
Sitting
I,
next to her wife, and she's like, "What
yeah.
are you doing?"
Yeah, well, that was the weirdest thing too, is that I knew that what the next time that I went to start reading it, there would be boobs. So it's like I had to like kind of do it. And then I was like, I think I started reading it in like bed when my wife was getting ready, and then it took her like 1 second, and then she always just looks at what I'm reading and she's like, "Ooh, what you got there?" And it's like, it's a book about spies that happens to have boobs in it.
Bounty hunters.
Dude, I told you there was nudity in it when I was talking about reading it in the doctor's office. I pretty
Yeah,
much started with that
that's right.
because I
Yeah.
started reading this book. It was even before Blake and I actually talked about this, just because I ended up downloading and putting it on my tablet. And I was like, oh, what's this? I've never read a book like this. This looks like James Bond. Also, we didn't talk about Jack Reacher at all.
No, we didn't.
You read all of it, and I or watched most of it. Did you finish it?
I'm on episode 6 or 7.
Okay.
There's
I
like 8.
assumed that you were going to watch it because you assumed that we were going to be talking about it because we assumed this book was a spy book.
No,
No,
I just was looking. I haven't felt super great over the last couple days, and I've been laying around not playing Diablo, and I finished Jack Ryan, and I was like I'm gonna check out Jack Reacher finally, and I'm loving it. It's so good.
it is. We got two
I gotta
clients.
watch those Tom Cruise movies though. I don't those I haven't seen.
One of them might be on Amazon. No, I forget.
You know what
Uh,
else on Paramount? They have every fucking Mission Impossible movie, and I'm
well,
like,
I
oh
don't
my
have
god.
Paramount.
Oh, I kind of want to. I kind of want to just like.
That sounds tedious.
Sounds amazing. I love those movies so much. Like I don't know. I've always loved them. I don't know why. It's
Also,
like
just to let you guys know, we're gonna be running this in like 1 minute. So if you haven't
one
put
minute.
hashtag John.
Hashtag John.
Also, this one is going to be given to us from the nice people at Mad Cave Studio. If you haven't already, I recommend going to their socials, giving them a follow. They're an awesome people. Skip the Cruise. Are you talking about the Jack Reacher stuff? I still think that Reacher was a great show. I mean, I think it does the books are definitely the books are cheesy. There's a lot of cheese, and I think this one like was the TV show does like the sex scenes. I think how they should be done in the book.
There's only been one though.
Yeah, but in the book, dude, they're just so long and it's just
Oh,
such a and mostly it's just weird because most of the time when I'm like listening to these now, I'm either like riding my bike or running.
and
So
you're
it's just
breathing all
weird.
hard and sweaty. And
Yeah, and it's just weird when another dude
it's
is
like
talking about another dude having sex and you're just like,
Jack's pistols
yeah.
quickly slid out of its holster and into her holster. You guys, if you guys want, I'll read Jack Reacher novels live. If we could get hashtag EcoBoost and hashtag
Yeah.
Makers Mark going.
Yeah, and hashtag Weenie Olies.
And
But it is in the
who
back.
publishes Reacher
I don't
stuff?
know. Alex Cross.
Hashtag Amazon Prime.
You think Mad Cave will just pay me? No, they will not. They definitely
No,
will
they
not.
won't. They definitely won't.
My dog keeps farting. Sorry about that.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna give this a run. Let's see
Give
who
it.
wins.
Let's hit it.
Where the wheel stops, no one knows. Boom! We got
Hey,
Trev the shipping guru. Hey, congratulations, Trev. I think it's because you put the hashtag EcoBoost in there. Make sure that you guys are always repping
bonus
hashtag
entries.
EcoBoost. And yeah, congratulations. I think that you'll like this one. This is a pretty good one. So we'll see. I think I have your information, so we'll get that off to you. And hey, this was another episode. We're on episode 21 of Blake
Crazy.
and Cole Read a Book. There have been 20 other episodes. If you haven't seen any of these and you liked what we did, you can go back and watch some of those. I would guess that they're a little weirder when you're not part of the conversation while they're happening. But they're still pretty fun. I know people, we talk about a lot of indie books, and that's what we like to talk about. We
Yep.
want to help promote them. And also, too, guys, if they're guys and girls, I guess, if there are ever a book that you see out there that you're like, hey, this would be a cool trade for these dudes to talk about, let us
Yeah,
know. Maybe we'll do it. Yeah, and apparently Chaos is going to be on in a couple episodes.
that's the rumor.
That's a rumor that I
Keeps
read.
getting rescheduled
Yeah,
last
this
minute.
keeps getting rescheduled. He's kind of like the Matt Damon of this show.
Matt Damon.
So yeah, that was review Vampirella. Well, we technically don't. You get us Dynamite review copies, and we will review
Yeah.
a Vampirella book. For
Dynamite
sure.
won't talk to me. I mean, no, I don't just they don't hate me or anything, but I've tried to get on that press list for a hot minute, and it's a tricky nut to crack.
So hey, that's your job if you want us to talk about
There you
that.
go, Chaos.
But hey, I've been Cole. He's been Blake. We had fun. Also, yeah, tomorrow in shops. John Tiffany, Mad Cave Studios.
Worth
Make
a
sure you check
snag.
that one up. Worth a
Like
snag.
really is worth a snag.
Especially if you're into like bounty hunter / spy / action stories that have a little bit of love in there,
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
A
loves
little bit of complex characters doing complex
Spawn
things.
doesn't make sense. If they come out with like a new volume of Spawn, maybe.
Mm. I've tried so many times I can't get
Yeah,
into it. But what you know what's weird is I used to really like the HBO cartoon. I was as a kid, like I loved that shit.
weird.
Yeah, I know. Can't get into the
Peace.
comics though. See you guys.
Have fun. Have a wonderful day. John Tiffany.
Or night. Have a good night.
Yeah, evening, afternoon.